Hi everyone, welcome back to our lab session. So today for this lab we continue for 2.5.5 packet tracer lab, configure initial switch setting. Previously we explore iOS, means the internet operating system in switch, Cisco switch. Now in more advanced configuration for initial switch setting. So this lab you have 5 objectives. Part 1, verify the default switch configuration. Part 2, configure a basic switch configuration. Then configure MOTD banners. Save configuration file to the NVRAM of this switch, and also configure another switch S2. So I gave you PKA file here, which consists of 2 switch and 2 PC. So this lab you need to capture the output, since you are required to compile your lab report, which consists of 4 labs. Okay, this is one of it. You start your lab report with this topic. Okay, so I will give you this word file, which without the word file without the exam the answer. So the answer based on what I show you here. So you can capture the answer, and then you can capture all the screenshot here. We start with the first one, the background scenario. This activity will perform basic switch configuration tasks. You will secure access to the command line interface line and console port using encrypted and plain text password. Will configure how to enable encryption. You will also learn how to configure message for user logging into the switch. These message banner are also used to warn unauthorized user that access is prohibited. Okay, it will run in this type of switch, Catalyst 2960 model. Use iOS version 12.2 by default. Okay, part 1. Enter privilege exec mode. We did it before, like in the previous lab. So you can access all switch command from privilege exec mode. However, because many of the privilege command configure operating parameter, privilege access should be password protected to prevent unauthorized access. We need this password. Okay, later we'll see. So before that, I want to show you the iOS command hierarchy. In iOS, Cisco iOS software, they have 5 level of uh, exec command. First, we have user exec command, which only in the router, which only can use to ping, show, enable, etc. And then low level command, another command we can use in privilege exec command, the router itself. Then we have an interface command. This is global, right? We have privilege. Inside the privilege, we have global configuration command. Inside the global configuration command, we can enter the interface. Config if mean specific interface, either gigabit interface or serial interface. Then in router level and also the line level, this is the privilege execution command. So we move back to our task here. Click S1, the switch number 1, and then this is the CLI. Well, we then enter. Now we are in the user level, right? Enable user exec mode. Then we enable it. Notice that the prompt changed to reflect privilege exec mode. Now you are in the privilege exec mode. So you want to examine the current switch configuration by entering the show running config, and answer the question. This question. So how many fast Ethernet interface does the switch have? How many? Okay, click. Start with this one, fast Ethernet. FE 01 until 0, 24 means you have 24 interface of port for this switch. And then how many gigabit Ethernet or GA a switch have? You can go back. Okay, only 01 and 02 means only 2. And what is the range of value shown in the VTY level? 9 VTY 04, then VTY 515 means 0 to 15. Which command will display the current content of non-volatile memory? NVRAM. So you can put here show startup config, not present. Startup config not present here because it displayed the message because the configuration was not saved to an NVRAM. Currently it is only located in the RAM. RAM means volatile. So when you didn't save it, it will lost. So you need to save it to their non-volatile RAM and VRAM so that this configuration will be present and will be safe. Okay. Example. Now create basic switch configuration for part 2. Step 1, assign name to a switch because now your switch don't have a name, just normal switch, right? So in the switch mode, put config term. Now you are in the configuration mode, the terminal configuration mode, not interface anymore, not global anymore. This one, terminal first. Okay, hierarchy, host name, you put it as S1 and you want to put it as switch 1 and exit. You see the name of the switch already changed to S1. Next, you want to secure access the console line using the let me password here. So first you need to configure terminal as well. And then put line console 0 because they have 0 to 15, right? Put it in line console 0. And inside the config line, you can put the password let me in. Let me in. Okay. Then login. This is requirement for login and exit. Why is the login command required? Because in order to password checking process, it requires both the login and password. Okay, without login, password is useless. Okay, this is the thing. Next, we need to verify that console access is secure. We need to exit the privilege mode first. Now we are in the normal mode or user mode. If the switch did not prompt for your password, then you did not configure the in step 2. Next, yes. When you enter, you want to put, it require a password. What is password? Let me in. Yeah, yes, now you can access the switch already. It's configuration. Next, secure privilege mode access. So set enable password to C1 dollar sign and C0. This is actually for Cisco, but in the different character. Okay, this password protect access to privilege mode. Okay, put it enable. Oops, sorry. Because previously we set the password for accessing the switch only, not for the privilege mode password. Okay, we need to enable. config terminal, then enable the password in exec mode C1 C0, right? Then exit. Next, verify that privilege mode access is secure, because we already set the password for exec mode. How is it? Enter the exit command. So exit first, and we go to this one, let me in, right? Then when you enable, to access your privilege mode. So what is the password? C1 S C0. Okay, now I can log into the privilege exec mode. This one, second password, right? First password for the line configuration 0, and the second password for privilege exec mode. Next, verify your configuration by examining the content of the running configuration file, just using show running config. Okay, see here, we already rename the hostname as 1. Then we enable the password Cisco. But you see here, no service password encryption, no encryption yet, no time whatsoever. So it's not configured yet. So we only have the password for Cisco in privilege mode. And then the line connection 0 also, you have the password let me in. Okay. Okay, this is the thing that you already configure. And then what you need to do, notice that the console enable password are both in the plain text. You can see, right? Plain text let me in. This one also the plain text Cisco plain text, so that when attacker can access this mode, it can look into all the password easily. So how to do that? This could pose a security risk if someone is looking over the shoulder or obtain access to config file stored in the backup location. Normally, the config file will be stored in another location, backup location, so that if anything happen to switch or the router, we can load it back the configuration. Because in the real environment, there are a lot of complex configuration, access control, and many more, so that we need a backup, so that if anything happens to the production switch, we can replace the switch maybe, and then get into or loaded the previous configuration. Step 6, configure an encrypted password to secure access to privilege mode. So how to do that? Because we will use enable password, it's a secret here. Okay, how to do that? One more time, we go to config terminal, config terminal. Okay, now we are in the terminal configuration. Enable secret. This is encryption, we use a secret. We call it secret here. IT, it's a secret. It's a secret. Okay, using the password. Exit. Enable secret password, override the enable password. If both are configured on the switch, you must enter enable secret password to enter privilege exit mode. So how to do that? You will verify, don't worry. Next, verify that the enable secret password is added to the configuration file. You can show run here. Abbreviation. You see here, enable secret 5. Enable secret, but still have a password here. So you have another level of authentication. Enable secret, but you did not encrypt yet. Okay, no worry. So you see what display the name the enable secret password. This is the thing. This enable already encrypted, right? The enable secret is shown is encrypted form, whereas the enable password is in plain text. This one enable plain text, but enable a secret in encrypted plain text and ciphertext. Number 8, encrypt the enable and console password. Now we want to encrypt it. The enable and console password. Go to config again. See back. Okay, now password let me in still there. Still in plain text. Now we want to make it encryption. So you're just using service password encryption. So all the password, this one enable and console password will be encrypted. See here, exit first. So if you configure any more password on the switch, will they be displayed in the configuration file as plain text or encrypted form? You can explain it. You can try. Now you have 2 password. Then you can add on more password. Is it encrypted or not? Actually, the service password encryption command encrypt all current and future password, so that the new password also will be encrypted. So how to look into that? Show run command again. You see here. Previously, no, right? No service password encryption, but now service password encryption. Here, no, already eliminate. Mean they already have a service password encryption. So you see, enable password also encrypted, and then the console password VTY line, right? This one also encrypted already. So after this, if you add on line con 1, for example, password, then they will be encrypted as well. So that when you backup your configuration, no one will see the plain text of the password. Okay, next part 3. Configure MOTD banner. Right, the Cisco iOS command set include a feature that allow you to configure message that anyone logging onto the switch sees. This message are called message of the day. Message of the day MOTD banner. This is message of the day. Enclose the banner text in quotation or use delimiter different from any character appearing in the MOTD string. You can see here. Try to config the okay. Put banner MOTD message of the day. Just follow. This is a secure system. Authorize access only, so that if other than authorized access try to access it without password, this message will be displayed. Exit. Configured from console. Okay. When will this banner display actually? Will be displayed when someone access the switch through the console port and without authentication. What should every switch have? Why? Why should every switch have this banner? Every switch should have a banner to warn unauthorized user that access is prohibited. Then banner can also use for sending message to network personnel, technicians such as impending system shutdown or who to contact for access. so on. So now done for the banner. Next, everything that we configure, we need to save and verify the configuration file to the non-volatile RAM, NVRAM. So we need to copy running config, copy running config to startup config. Okay, destination, yes, enter. So what the shortest abbreviation version of copy running config startup config command? You can use COP-RS, also can be. So that if you working in the infrastructure level or network level, this command will be in your mind only. COP-RS. Okay, this is the short form of abbreviation. No need to enter or key in the long configuration command. Examine the startup configuration file now. Which command will display content of NVRAM? So we'll use show startup config. Sometimes I put sh. Okay. Sh show. So this thing, you see, host name, password, and spanning tree, everything. So all this will be already saved in NVRAM. You see, banner MOTD also saved. Are the change that were entered recorded in the file? Yes, it is same as the running configuration as well. Save running config or show startup config. You can put sh also. No need show, you can put sh also. Okay, you can see all the thing. This is basic configuration. Okay, I think this is the last objective, part 5. For you, maybe you need more time since all this thing you need to put inside your report. This is my answer, but for your answer, maybe you can take it from your packet tracer copy, or you can write it, type it. So for part 5, configure S2. Now we are inside the S1, right? Switch 1, we need to configure the S2. So the same thing we'll do, but this is the very fast one since you already done previous configuration, so you can do it your own. Maybe I didn't record it to show you. The thing is there. Okay, how to? First we need to enable, right? Then config. First device name S2, you just change the device name to S2. Now protect access to console using let me in password. You need to go to the line console 0. Then inside the console line you need to put the password, let me in again, then enable the password for exit mode. Oops, sorry. Exit for it. Okay, we need to exit. Just check back the things. The host name already change. Then the password of let me in already there. So next you go back to your C1. 0. Okay, same, huh? And not config line, huh? This is config only, not any config line. Main also just giving you a confusion. Nobody, you're not ready where to put it. Let's put things. Enable secret. It it's a secret. Next, you are this one for numbers and the C and MOTD. Simply and space password encryption. This one for E, and then make sure copy, save the configuration, copy, oops, copy, run config, start config, yes. So you see the password also service encryption, so the same thing we have done in the S1, already done this here. So good luck for you for your this one. We see the message also here. So you can continue your work until this week until 2.5 to 2.5.5 enough. So because 2.5.5 is one of your lab that you need to write a report. You can refer back to your course specification for lab report. Okay, thank you. See you again.